What's that for?
Stop. Overly enthusiastic, I think.
Yeah. Got 100 yachts leaving, but most of them are gone already.
Oh, I've called the harbour and they're okay with it. So.
They're okay with us?
Yeah. I made sure.
That's good. Get another dive on the ammo rack. See if there's any big congers. Talk us through your process for shotting the wreck.
Well, that's the wreck there. We're just coming up towards the bow, I'd say now. The bow's faces that way, east. What I'll do is, I know the tide is, if anything, is going to be running south to north. So what I'll do is I'll come down just underneath the wreck, and as soon as I hit the mark on there, I'll chop the anchor in.
So is that the shipwreck you can see there then?
Yeah, that's the shipwreck now. So it sits off the seabed about 3 metres.
Okay.
So
And that's at 30 metres.
We're literally right on top of it now. So that's going down, it slopes downwards. So as you can see, it's sloping downwards towards the bow, which is east.
Okay, that makes sense. So what's the bow depth?
Bow depth is 32 to the top and about 36 at the state of tide to the bottom.
Cool.
And it goes to about 28, 29 in the stern, so where the propeller used to be, about 28, 29.
So what we're doing now is just waiting.
We're running about 0.6, 0.7 another knot of tide.
Is that too much?
Yeah, we've got another 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We might just put a shot on it just to see what the tide is doing with the bobber.
And how long slack we got on this one?
Probably about, this state of tide, probably about 30, 35 minutes.
And what's the state of tide?
The state of tide is 8.8.
So 8.8, is that spring tide?
Yeah, 8.8. Yeah, it's coming just off like a small spring tide.
Oh yeah. So you can see the side there is the what's happening with the tide.
Yeah.
So when it sticks out, it will that's a high tide as a spring.
Yeah. So if you go to next one, you'll see it starts getting close, more blue than yellow, and it gets up towards 9 metres.
And what's the difference between the spring tide and a neap tide then?
About 6 metres of tide.
Okay, 6 metres in height of tide.
We got 10 metres or so of spring tide and 4 metres of nip tide.
Okay.
So we can have 6 metres of tide that way, but if you go from spring tide high to spring tide low, there'll be a 10 metre difference in tide.
Okay. And when is it neap and when is it spring then? Like say in the month, the start of the month.
Well, it depends which month you are.
Is it every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks, roughly, yeah.
Okay. So we'd have.
But obviously you start missing a few days.
Yeah.
So like, you know, it's the 25th there, but we're down to the 23rd on that one.
Yeah, so we're losing days. A bit like the tide then, where you get.
Not much though in the month. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for explaining that. You may know where the ammo rack is, but just for clarity, this is it right outside the harbour. This little red pin.
Somebody will probably go, it's all wrong!
Yeah, what's he talking about? Don't know what that was, that beep. Not for us though. Oh yeah, it could be, yeah. There's loads of yachts there. What was it, 100 yachts over here for a regatta? I'm not quite sure what regatta it was. It looks like they're heading back down into the fog.
Could be a sailing regatta.
Yeah, it could be a sailing. Yeah, I don't think it's a fishing race regatta. Fishing boat race.
Trawler racing.
Oh, have you seen in Brixham? They're not allowed to call it a race anymore. The trawler, what used to be the trawler race, it's not allowed to be called the trawler race anymore. So it's timed. So it's still a race.
Oh.
It's a cruise, but
A trawler cruise.
they're not allowed to call it a race, yeah. Just see there, look. It's like a warm, I'd say it's quite a warm breeze today. There's fog rolling over the top of the island. Ah, that was the horn up there, look. That's it, race control. Guernsey Yacht Club here.
Guernsey race control, Guernsey race control, Guernsey race control.
Jesus.
That's a good impression. I like that.
Behind you.
You don't.
Okay. Go, go, go. Whoa.
Check out the shot line. It's already completely slack. Same process on every shipwreck. Put the shot line down, trip the anchor, tie the shot to the shipwreck. Welcome back down onto the ammunition wreck, or as its correct name is, the Dr. Rudolf Waffendorf. We're going to go to the front, back down, then back. Well, it depends on our time. We'll try and get to the bow, drop down into the deep and come back. You let me know what you think about the visibility today. Very, very dusty. But we're down here now, so I'm going to make the most of it. Might have to keep one light off, or maybe both lights off. Plenty of wrasse swimming up the sides, which is quite normal, especially on this wreck anyway. It stands about 3 metres from the seabed, so there's plenty of room for them to skim along the side looking for stuff to eat. It's another wreck that's either covered in pelt or pork cod. It looks like today we've got a combination of both. First place I want to go and take a look on is on top of the engine, under these plates. Normally there's a nice big lobster under there. Not today, just one tom pot blenny. Oh, there is other locations that we can go and have a look at. This engine's absolutely huge for what it is. Not quite sure where the boiler's located, but I think it's just forward of here, because normally the boilers are in front of the engine. And this is an old steamer. Take a look down this vent pipe. Well, that's interesting. We've got a black-faced blenny. They live on vertical surfaces as well. Normally there's a male and a female, and there's his partner. When they're breeding they go into this yellow colour. in a show mesh. I think she'd probably want to take a nice photograph of that. Interesting little fishes. You don't really expect to see them in Guernsey. To be honest, I think the majority of people in the UK anyway don't expect to see any colourful fish. But we have some. We're at about 25, 26 metres now, so we haven't really got that much time to be waiting around and looking at stuff. So we're going to carry on down to the bow area. That boat that you just seen on the surface, he's dumped all these scallop shells, which is not far from here actually, and it looks like some of the scallop shells are falling on this shipwreck. Check out the dexterity of this crab. He's just holding it like a human, and picking away at the meat that's been left on the shell. Quite cool, nice looking crab. Bet he tastes nice, but I'm going to leave him today. The trick of dumping scallop shells onto a shipwreck or alongside a shipwreck, we do this technique as well, and you do actually bring out loads of life, to be honest. Stuff you wouldn't expect. This is where our big female lobster was a couple of weeks ago, but not there today. There is a tompat blenny eating as well. The shells definitely attract the fish out their holes. Oh, there's a nice big conger here, probably 30-35 pounder. Same again, it's the scallop, the smell of the scallops that have bored it out. These things are almost blind, to be honest. Just like big dogs. Notice when they're nervous, their tail will always be touching something, because what he'll do is he'll back straight into the hole. Uses his tail to guide himself back in. Almost like threading a needle. See how close we can get to it. I'm not that worried, he's definitely not going to bite me. But you still got to be a little bit dubious about these big fish. You can see some empty shells down behind him. There's even one there, that was a good shot. I think this thing under my hand is a big concrete weight. I don't know if the Navy used it for something, but it's been sat on this gunnel for a long time now. There's some more shankers, or brown edible crabs. Take a check under the plates here, because this is where there's normally a big lobster as well, and it looks like it's still in there. Does anybody fancy putting their hand in there? Oh no, I'm not going to, that's for sure. Six minutes left. I see a little tiny conger. That didn't take too long. We're at the bow area already. I don't think we want to go to the bottom. We'll have a little look and then we'll head straight back. We must be running out of time soon. Only 3 minutes left and then we go into deco. Up this bow area, it's not really an area that I look in much. Have a little look around. This is the side of the ship that's been collapsed inwards. It got hit by one of the cruise liner's anchors, probably 2014 maybe. It's completely collapsed in now on itself. It all seems to have folded inwards. You can see some bits here. This is like they're like bollards, called bits. Basically you just tie your mooring line around it. These would have obviously been up on the deck above. And there's bits of winches and pipes and valves. This part is quite cool. This is in the forecastle, this is a bathroom. So there's still some sinks. There's 2 on the floor there and 1 still on the wall. You used to be able to swim in this as a self-contained room, but now it's been ripped open. But then again, these wrecks are slowly rotting away. Pretty cool, little hydroids. 1 minute left. Right, we're still right up the bow, so I don't think we're going to be getting out of the water without going into deco. We're going to head back there, but I'm enjoying myself, so I'm just going to carefully make my way back. You can hear in the background that noise. That's other vessels going overhead. Oh look, we found another one. Black-faced blenny. If we had enough time, we'd see him swimming in a figure of 8, which is basically enticing the female to lay eggs, which he fertilises quickly. But we haven't got time for that. We say about all the shipwrecks, but this one is completely falling apart now. You can swim from one side to the other without going over the top. 0 minutes left. Don't worry, it's not the end of the world. It just means we can't return straight to the surface now. We have to do some decompression. Won't be much, and it'll probably clear the time we get to 6 meters anyway, so it really doesn't worry me. Got plenty of air and back gas. You can see the scallop shells around here as well, look. You can tell they're new and they haven't been there that long because they still haven't got silt on yet. Another ventilator. This is basically brought fresh air from up on deck down into that part of the room or cabin or deck. And under here is basically just loads of pipe work. Under here is probably where the boilers are. Loads of shankers hidden. Although I look at my NDL time, which is now at 0, and I have to do 1 minute deco at 3 meters, I'm looking at the TTS time, which is a total time to surface. We've got currently 7 minutes. I know I've got more than enough air to get back to the surface, so when I start seeing 20 or 25 minutes, I'll start to worry. Oh, Misha's found a big lobster. Let's take a quick look at this before we go up the shot line. Our shot line is probably about 15-20 meters behind us. I've dived this wreck so many times I know it like the back of my hand, so I'm really not worried. Oh, that's interesting, look. He's using these little tiny claws around his mouth to pick the shell up. Certainly having a feast on them scallop shells. If you look closely, you can still see the timber decking actually. This is one of the gun mounts. Another gun mount inside as well. These probably would have been up on the deck above. And I think this is probably the radio room at the back. And believe it or not, even about 8 years ago you used to be able to swim in that, and you used to be inside. Got no kiss this time. Normally they turn around and give me a kiss, but not today. Now it's the worst part of the dive, having to go back up. One quick look around here. This is the winch that used to pull the nets on the back, because this is a converted steam trawler. Yep, let's go up. We'll grab our strobes back off the line. I'm going to leave it tied in because Matt wants to dive out afterwards. As the shipwreck's on a slope, we haven't gained any more deco, so it's still 7 minutes total time to surface. Should clear any second. Normally clears around about 9-10 metres, if you've only got a minute to do it 3 metres. We must have come up a bit slow because it hasn't cleared yet. Oh well, it's only 5 minutes total time to surface, so I can handle that.
When you're ready, the boss behind you. Didn't even get me wet. Are you happy with that one?
Yeah.
Big lobsters, big conger. Loads of other nice stuff to look at.
1 hour surface interval, and then we're back down for dive number 2. This time we've got to do a little bit of work. We've got to try and get, well, at least a couple of dozen scallops. Visibility looks okay-ish in this location, but we'll soon find out. Fingers crossed we get enough scallops. Sure, we've been dropped in a dodgy area. All of them are just too small. Take a look at this. It's close. It's not the width of my hand, so I know it's not 100mm, so I can go back. Is this one big enough? No, another one too small. They all seem to be this size. Let's take a look at this one. It's going to be close. I think that one makes it in the bag. Just so you know, we're very shallow at 17 metres. Always like to know as a diver what depth I'm at, or if I'm watching a video I want to know what depth they're at as well. They're all too small, which is a really good thing. It's not a bad thing, the fact that there is loads of scallops here, but they're all on the small side. Just happy that there is actually some scallops here, to be honest. But I am struggling to get ones that are over the minimum size, and I don't want scallops that are, you know, 102, 103mm. I want ones that are 110mm. The ones that are just over the minimum legal size are, they're not that heavy, they're not that big. About 5 scallops and I'm about 5 minutes in. It's not looking too good. Again, too small. And just like that, I just started getting some scallops and the reef turned up. I knew the reef was coming, but I wasn't expecting it that quickly. You can see we got a bit of current here. Loads of brittle stars as well, which, believe it or not, they're not that common in this area anyway. It's quite annoying because we're getting now funneled into quite a small passage between two big reefs. Well, between Guernsey and one reef anyway. And the visibility has just gone pretty bad. It's a shame. I'm seeing loads of old pot ropes though. Look at this one, look. There's a buff on it, but it doesn't go right to the surface, so someone's lost a load of pots at one time. And we haven't really got time to start unhooking them. Plus the person that's probably looking for him has given up looking for him now. He probably thinks that someone's stolen him. One thing that is quite good about this area, I'm seeing loads of baby pollock. Loads of pollock that are about 4 or 5 inches long. No different to us, they're struggling to swim in the tide as well. Mind you, for some reason they seem to be swimming into it. We're just trying to go along with it. Oh no, here I go. I'm getting tangled up in the Tago. Mish is sorting it out for me. But you can guess how many scallops I'm going to find here. 0. We need to get out of this reef system and try and get back onto the sand. But to be honest, I'm unsure which way to go now. I know the tide goes north to south here, so we'll have a carry on going south, or we try and pull out southeast. I think I think I'll probably head in this direction, slightly to the left of where the current's taken us. Keep seeing loads of crab pot line. This is obviously crab pots that are being lost, and to be honest this is a bit further down south, so what if it does get lost? All the crab pots are going to come down here. That might be big enough. I'll put them in my bag. Here we go, we're starting to see some more now. It's a good sign. This sand isn't the perfect substrate for scallops, but we'll take them. Beggars can't be choosing, we'll take whatever we're given at the moment. I think that's a pure lock, that. Seemed to be out onto the sand. Not so lucky with the visibility though. Very milky still. She's doing alright. She got some big ones in there. And she's been swimming behind me the whole time, so they're probably ones that I've missed. It's a bit embarrassing. But yeah, they're bigger here. These are the ones we want. The ones that are at least 10 mil over the minimum size. Sometimes you do get scallops like this which are upside down on the surface, probably because they've tried swimming away, trying to get away from a predator. Unfortunately they've swum straight into my hand, straight into the bag. This location is going to be great in about 3 years' time. On some dives you just don't tend to do very well, to be honest. It's been quite a bland dive, scalloping dive, this one. And to be honest, I'm ready to go back up. Sometimes you beat, and today I just feel like I've been beaten. Just hoping there's enough in Mish's bag to cover the gift for Richard. Well, actually, I've done alright. I ain't done too bad. Maybe I need to be a little bit more happier. Yeah, Mish is definitely beating me. That's for sure. Let's take a little look at mine. I don't know, I reckon we're quite close. I might be pleasantly surprised. I think the last 5 minutes has probably pulled it out of the bag for me. That's what we like. No swimming, literally boat straight above us.
Done it right. Not done bad at all. Get them gauged, sort them out. I think Mish has got a couple small ones. You've got massive ones as well. Not the most I've had in a while, but look at these, look. Shameful. How could you take them? Quick, get rid of the evidence. Won't make the gauge. Won't make the gauge. Won't make the gauge. Definitely won't make the gauge. Oh my god, Miss, look! What's going on?
I thought we did well.
Yeah, the majority of these are going back. Not that well. I think we've done our 2 dozen. Let's get the gauge on the go. One, 2, 22 for me. How many did you have, Mish?
18.
18, that's not bad. It's covered the diesel. Nothing else.
Hope you enjoyed them dives. I certainly had a great time. Got to do a shipwreck and also got to catch a few scallops. Thanks for coming along on another dive, and I'll catch you on the next tide.